Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Three Lost Global Podcast. I'm your host, CJ. For episode 8, alongside me is Liam from Melbourne. Liam, how are we going?
Hello, CJ. For those who don't know, we actually had a little mishap before this. Big CJ started the stream a couple of minutes in, and he hasn't been on that long that he forgot to press the record button or the live button or something. He's claiming it was a glitch, but I don't believe him. So yeah, it just goes to show how long it's been since CJ and I have been on together.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm so used to Yanni taking over now in the CEO role that it's getting tough. It's getting tough. Just me and Liam tonight, guys. I know the crowd's disappointed. Chris Hoss won't be able to join. He is on an airplane to Israel right now, so fuck. Yeah, it's crazy, crazy. Anyway, Liam, as we were saying, we'll have to get your thoughts again on the match against Barfos. We didn't do an episode after the Champions League match. I just wanted your thoughts. Obviously, it was our first Champions League game in 5 years. Couldn't ask for a better first game to be at the Gadiskaki. Obviously, the result didn't go our way. The performance was a bit of a lackluster performance. Just tell us your thoughts on that one before we dig into the Panathinaikos match.
Yeah, very disappointing, CJ. Got to be taking chances like that. In the Champions League. First of all, let's just start by saying the atmosphere was unbelievable. It was fantastic. The choreo before the game, it was all unbelievable, and just the build up to the game and the hype did not match the way we played at all. Going down to 10 men Buffos early in the first half with our former player Bruno Felipe, who I know is Papia Bukhalakis' favourite player. I don't know if he's watching tonight, but yeah, what's it called? That was a shock. I don't know what he was thinking. Yellow just goes absolutely. Money Naki might have slipped some in the pocket before the game to Big Bruno. But yeah, shocking. We're against a side that hasn't won a game this year yet, domestically, and they've had 10 men. They've had double Louise subbed off. They've got 5 players on the bench. They can't even bring a proper bench because they don't have enough players. We couldn't put one past them, a couple unlucky moments. The Ortega cut back to Taremi at the end probably should have been a goal. Muzakidis' strike from outside the box is a really good hit. Some decent chances that are extra setter, but nothing too. We should have done more with what we sort of the situation we were in. We definitely should have done more. And what's disappointing, and CJ and I were talking about during the week, is you don't have a player like Yazici to come off the bench and sort of break down those closed defense. When teams sit back like that, we've seen in the past, Olympiakos struggle to break them down. And sometimes you need a player like we've relied on Futuni in the past. Yazici now this season has been coming on and saving us in the last few moments. We didn't have anyone like that to bring on. You could really tell. We just kept doing the same thing. We looked depleted almost at times at the end. It didn't look like we even thought we could score. So yeah, very disappointing. And I think mentally, by the way he plays and his systems probably suits more when teams like to come at us a little bit more, don't just sit off. But we got to learn how to, be better, because in the Champions League, unfortunately, you've got to take those chances because, we don't have too many easy teams like that. Well, I don't want to say easy because no game's easy in the Champions League, but, lower level and ranked teams like Buffos, and we didn't take that first chance at home with 10 men for 65 minutes. So very, very disappointing result. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts.
Yeah, pretty much agree with everything you said. Olympiakos do tend to play better when the teams come at them a bit more than what Buffos did. They basically just, as soon as they got the red, chuck 10 players in the box. I didn't actually notice that about the bench that you said. I don't know, like that's pretty funny. But
I think they had 6 players and a goalkeeper on their bench. So yeah,
that's actually wild. Not only Bruno was there, but good old Pepe.
He almost scored a free kick, huh?
Sorry?
That was a good free kick he took, Pepe.
It was. It was probably their only like real chance. Maybe.
Yeah, that one and the Pascalaki save of the sorry, not the Pascalaki save, the Pascalaki kick where it was
Oh
within the
yeah,
first
like
minute.
2 minutes in, yeah, that would have been the
Yeah,
best start.
yeah,
um, yeah, there's not much to say. Only the real argument I have, so not so far, but I think not choosing Kabeya and Yazici might bite us in the ass,
yeah,
only because we know Chiquinho's kind of playing out of his position, taking that 10 role, and you can't help but think, like, to an extent, you understand why Yazici hasn't been selected. Obviously, he's just returned from a really bad injury. Even in the league, he's only coming on with like 15, 10 minutes to go. Literally, even today against Panathinaikos, same thing happened. But you can't help but feel like you just want to have him there just in case. Like against Buffalo, so literally against 10 men, it didn't look like we were going to get a win. You definitely would have chucked him on. But even Kabeya, man, I think he should be in the Champions League. He brings that quality. But more on the positive things from that game, Ortega probably he had an outstanding game. Taremi again looked pretty good when he came on. He like you said, could have scored, had the best shot for us the entire game. The fact Pirola
Muzakidi
looked
was very good. Muzakidi was very
Muzakidis
good
was
as
good,
well.
yeah. Pirola as well. He looked a bit shaky in a few instances, but I'm really liking this Retos and Pirola um, duo at the back there, and we'll talk about that more today, which would we'll talk about it now. So Panathinaikos, Olympiakos 1-1, another derby, another draw. Just feel like even with the others, man, these draws tend to happen so much. And Liam, I don't know about you, but I was watching the game this morning, and usually like Champions League games, we wake up, we're pumped. Um, I don't know, me personally, because of this playoff system, it's hard to get excited sometimes for these games. I feel like it's more exciting in the playoffs, especially in the
Yeah,
last couple of seasons, because it's actually been tight. It hasn't been where Olympiakos run away with it, 15 points before they even get to the playoffs. I don't know that. I know that's a bit of a downer comment to throw out off straight off the bat.
no, I can see where you're coming from. Yeah,
But it was just such a disjointed game. Um, I I think it finished with a ridiculous amount of fouls. Panathinaikos were crying on the floor more than playing football
yeah, that's a probably
this
great
game,
football, but
and
yeah,
yeah, look, I just want to find the foul count somewhere here. It's something ridiculous, like 15 for Pana, 16 for Olympiakos. It's just, mate, they were playing WWE out there. And it wasn't like, harsh fouls, but what do you do, man? I think the ref somewhat controlled the game all right, but we'll get into the lineup. We'll go through the lineup. And off the bat, I actually really like this lineup, regardless of how it performed. I was just happy to see certain people in there. So in goal, obviously, you had Solaki. On the right, Costinha, Retsos, Pirola, Ortega. In the middle, Musakidis, Scipioni, Nascimento. On the wings, Kabeya, Strefeza, and up top, El Kaabi. Liam, I want your thoughts on that lineup.
I'll start off by saying Strafetta in the Champions League game was a shocker. That's yeah, terrible performance, but I like the fact that Medley Bar goes, you know what, you're a big signing of the summer. You know, in terms of money, we'll give you another chance. You're going to come straight back in against Panathinaikos. I like the fact I thought it was a little bit better today. I still think we're lacking a little bit. Not lacking. I just think the wide areas haven't clicked so far this season. Where we're scoring goals, a lot of crosses, corners. If you think about all the goals that we've been scoring, it's sort of just been headers in the box. Like we scored one off a free kick. I think we whipped it in. We scored one off a corner. it's not been so much free flowing, and our wingers are struggling a little bit. I don't think a single one of our wingers, except for maybe Cabela, I don't know if you want to count Yazici, have had a goal output this season. Just really struggle. Oh, Poden, sorry, has, but really just struggling in those wide areas so far. Just struggling to get joy 1v1. So I think that's something that needs to be looked at going into the next game against Estera, and then obviously we've got the Panathinaikos and Arsenal after. So I think that's something that needs to be improved so far. We're just really struggling in those wide areas. I don't know what it is. Normally we're quite strong in those areas. So if you look at the back of the Buffaloes game and you think about the way we're just whipping the ball in, just hoping for the best, it was less so, getting one on one with the defender and taking them on like Podence likes to do. So that's something that we definitely struggled with. Struggled again with it this morning. I think we weren't as good either in that area. But yeah, in terms of the lineup, I like the fact that he changed the midfield. Gave the young boys a chance in a big derby. Nascimento, Scipione, Musakiti all getting a chance. I think Cabela, deservedly started on the wing. He played well last week against Cetus. And yeah, what's it called? Rotating Costinha in was good. And that's we got a good squad. Got to make use of it. And Medley Bars, we've seen over the last few years, he knows how to rotate his squad and make use of all his players and make sure he's using his squad to the best of his ability. I think one thing that we're probably going to want to see, and that's probably going to be Taremi starting. He's showing that he deserves a start. Got the assist this morning. Obviously, it was a great run by Podence, but yeah, I hope to see him starting the Kibalo at least on Thursday and give him that chance to show us what he's got from the start.
Yeah. Well, that goal's not happening. Obviously, Taremi assist, but Podence making sure he kept possession of that ball as well, and Podence didn't look great in the Champions League, but we know it's happened before. Even at his second spell at Olympiakos, he came back. Didn't look too good the first couple games, but we know the quality he can bring. It's just a matter of time.
Yep.
Strefesa in the Champions League, agreed. Look, we know Medili Bar really sticks by his players, no matter their ability. He'll always try and get something out of them. I don't want to. It's too early to just like wave the flag on Strefesa. Like we saw, he didn't even give up on Velde until the end of the season. He just kept playing him through.
Yep.
Obviously, he went through that part in the middle, bit early on in the middle of the season, where the media was bashing him. Medilbach took him out. Said he flicked the light on. He came on against Panathinaikos, came on against Porto. Looked pretty good, but anyway, we're not going to get into that. But with Strefeza, let's just hope it's a case of him trying to find his feet. Obviously, new country, new style, new coach. Not every player is going to hit the ground running. Today, I feel like he showed moments of what he can do. It's just not clicking to him yet, and I really hope it does. Like he's also played with different players every time. So we saw him with Scipione and Nascimento. We didn't see that against Panathinaikos. We didn't see it against Buffos. Volos, I can't remember. I don't think so. He was more with Chiquinho. But, it's just a matter of time. We just got to be patient. I think Scipione had a really, really good game. I think he was one of the MVPs of this game. He was really good defensively. He was always he was really in their face, really closed down Panathinaikos on a lot of plays. And just before I forget, Liam, you mentioned something about us not creating much from the wide. We need to talk about the fact that we're not creating much in the first half. We haven't even scored a goal this season yet. In the first half, everything has happened in the second half. And
yeah, well, all our goals, pretty much come in the second half, and to be more specific, in the last 15 minutes, which is a bit of a concern at the moment.
The only time it hasn't was Panathinaikos. That's they had a red card as well. So that should, and I'm sure Mediliba has picked up on it. It's ringing alarm bells. Today we were up against more stronger opponent than all the league games up to this point. But Liam, it's we're versing we're versing big dogs in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Arsenal's not the Arsenal that they were when we last met them in Europa League. They're a very good
Yep.
team.
Yep.
Um, I'm kind of hoping on the fact that what we touched up just before that, Bediliba, his football suits teams, up our alley, in our face, better than what Buffos were doing. So I'm kind of holding on to that hope, but yeah, I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on that heading into the match with Arsenal?
What was the question? Sorry.
Just the fact that we're not really a question, but just for your thoughts, like we're
Yeah.
not creating anything in the first half as
Yeah.
much.
Look, it's concerning, and I think it also comes again to the fact that we're playing a lot of teams that are closed defensively. I think maybe against Arsenal, they might actually suit our way. We want to attack a little bit better because they'll obviously be trying to press us, and we're a bit better when we get pressed. I feel like we're good at finding those spaces in behind. Um, so yeah, I think actually they'll suit our attacking style a bit better because we've obviously come against every single team except for maybe today this season so far. But even Panathinaikos sitting off a little bit. What's it? Just sat back off us, and we've really struggled. So attacking wise, I feel like that actually might help us a little bit, just free up a bit. But yeah, it's definitely concerning just the way we're struggling to create real clear cut golden opportunities. Relying on some really
Mm.
nice, good moments to score goals so far. So it's definitely a concern and it's something that we're going to have to look into. And I think you've got to stop playing three sort of more defensive minded players. I know Chiquinho is in there, but I don't think he's a 10. Well, he's not a 10. And I think you're going to be looking for in these closed defenses to be playing starting a Yazici or even a Kabela at the 10 and playing that extra attacking player that can, do that kateti by yard. I don't even know how to say the word in English. That
Mm.
that special through ball, that pass that can unlock defenses. Which I don't think Chiquinho has. But yeah, I think we're going to start looking at that. I think that's an early solution. And in your games against Arsenal, you play Chiquinho in that role and stuff like that. But yeah. To answer the question, I feel like it might suit us a bit more a team like Arsenal pressing us, and we might be able to create a little bit more. But yeah, obviously, then we're worried about the defensive aspect of that game.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. And just more from the match this morning against Panathinaikos, the first half was another hard watch. Panathinaikos
Yeah,
really just closed everything down. Their defense today was pretty good, pretty decent. Admittedly,
yeah,
going down the middle has been a problem. I've noticed, especially in the first half, and even with the goal, um, it was until Podence recovered the ball straight down the middle, and we just unlocked them. We unlocked the defense, even though it was a bit of a counter attack, but like getting a player because I think Podence can do a 10 a bit better than Chiquinho, and I know that might be a bit of an outrageous take, but had Chiquinho been in that
maybe potentially, especially against.
situation, yeah, you know, um, it's just something that I feel the club has failed to address the past 2 years. Now,
Yep, yep, couldn't
last year
agree
it's a
more.
bit out of control because Yazici had the ACL injury.
Yep.
I think this year they should have invested in another center attacking mid in a
Or
similar
at
to
least just
sort of
try. Well, I
2017.
mean, can't be last thought a bit. Like, you at least just trust one in the Champions League. That's what I don't understand. But
But yeah, that's the thing. If that's why he brought them in, what he should be in the Champions League. He should have been in the Champions League regardless, just purely based on the fact that he has that experience. He played for Lille last season in the Champions League, and
mm,
they weren't. I can't remember. I don't know if they progressed, but they're not a crap team. They're a good team,
yep,
and
yep,
he was around good players.
yep.
But
Couldn't agree
anyway,
more.
first half was very, very extremely hard watch. Second half, Panathinaikos get gifted an early goal, and Mediliba was absolutely livid at Etsos with a free kick. I don't know what the hell we was thinking.
Yeah, I was
We had
praying
a,
about it. But okay.
I'm sure you saw it, just lobs it across the face of goal while we're in the defensive third. Just get it up the field, man. That stupid errors like that, like we don't make a lot of them. Bretos doesn't make a lot of them, but that was just such a bad fight. Medilba was absolutely livid, and Dezers what scored his like second goal of his entire career. I'm just joking, I know, but I don't know, man. It was just very annoying to see that happen. But Olympiakos, they kept it. Medilba made the right substitutions, I reckon. Brought on the right players at the right time. He didn't wait too long. You know,
Yep.
I like that he was still resilient. He was like, okay, we conceded early second half. The team hasn't gelled properly in the first half. He still kept, players like Strefesa on. He kept Nascimento on for a bit more.
Yep.
Tried Jellum. Like he loves this Nascimento bloke. Like in the friendlies, he was always. You mentioned it to me, Liam. He was always next to him trying to talk. Like trying to talk to him, give him advice. So he's
Yep.
really like, they're young guys. Well, I don't know Nascimento. He's a young bloke,
20,
isn't
20 years old, I remember.
he? Yeah. He's. What are you gonna expect out of 20-year-old? You can't expect, the
Yeah.
greatest things. But anyway, Taremi comes on, Podence comes on. Podence recovers the ball, like we said. Very nice pass to Taremi, straight away assist to Kaabi. And we did miss a couple chances this game where could have scored as well. Like we could have come away just with a win for this one, but we get the job done, 1-1. Not the best result. I feel like a draw in these derbies, especially in the regular season, are quite expected. It does happen. Even gets not so much with Ike. We smash them all the time, but we keep Panathinaikos winless so far in the league.
Yeah,
They're
it's
yet
true.
to get their first win, so that's funny. That's love. I love that. I love that. Did you see the goal, Liam?
Of course, of course. Nice finish by Kaabi. Good play by Podence, as mentioned. That Amy with a nice layoff and yeah, good goal. It was one of the times where we really just sort of we broke down the team's defence. They were at sixes and sevens, Panathinaikos there. We turned them inside out, and it was all from that run from Podence through the middle. And that's sort of where we've got to take that positive of that sort of goal that we scored, and look into we're going to play a bit more direct, a bit more like this in the next few games, because this is what's been lacking, just that really quick, fast, attacking sort of style that we've been so good at the last few years. It's been lacking at the start of this season, and yeah, we showed it once there and we scored, and that was in a game where we struggled to break down their defence, we broke them down in the 93rd minute, whatever it was, and it was just through Podence, instead of stepping on it and going sideways, he was like, you know what, stuff this, I'm going to go straight through the middle here and take the game on, and it paid off. So I think we definitely need to take that positive out of this game.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. It was good to see that we managed to break through as well, because Panathinaikos was starting to look, they were dropping very deep in there. I was getting very worried. Well, I mean, you were worried the whole time. For God's sake, second minute of stoppage time, we managed to
Yeah,
get it. But you could just feel like we were going to get something out of this game. Like we were
yeah,
knocking on the
yeah.
door. We were getting really good opportunities. But yeah, man, so happy that
100%.
it's not the it's not crazy to celebrate getting a draw. It's still early days. Panathinaikos
Yeah,
are one of the stronger teams in Greece as well. Like it's not always going to be
even
a
though they've
match
had a
we
very bad
run
start
away
to the
with.
year, but yeah,
But yeah, 1-1. Olympiakos finish the round top. On goal difference, second is Ike, third is Bulk. We're all sharing 10 points, 4 on 9 points, and no one's really talking about him right now. Aris, only a point behind. And another team no one's talking about, Levadiakos.
yeah, I
Now,
mean, unbelievable. Smack Bulk, smack Asteras, was it yesterday? Oh, Offie yesterday.
off here,
Yeah,
4-0.
that's good.
Scored 8 goals in
They've been
the
doing very
two
well.
games.
Yeah, that's
Volos,
incredible.
Volos on 6 points in sixth. Seventh is Atromitos on 4, Kifisia on 4, Pantolikos on 4, Larissa Ofi on 3, Panathinaikos on 2. Panathinaikos on 2 points.
Mm.
Asteras and Panserikos at the bottom with 1.
My Mercedes, that's my mother.
Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. Olympiakos look very interesting this year. I didn't.
Yeah,
I thought.
I'm feeling something special coming over there.
Look, it's only 4 games in, but I don't know, man. We'll find out halfway through the season. But they were one of the teams I thought that would be battling relegation. It could still happen. Early days. Aris on 9 points as well, man. They're looking very good. They're fucking Kreuta, though. Let's be honest. Do they have any Greeks in their team?
Let's not even talk about it. It's like a bunch of crap. I don't even want to open that
I think they got
conversation.
Galanopoulos.
Oh, that's massive. They sacked their coach 2 weeks ago. They sack coaches for a living. Like, I don't even know what they do. Does their academy even exist? They mustn't have an academy if they're.
I think their academy is Bulk Vita. Dude, how many coaches?
I don't know what happens. Imagine signing up to the Ardis Academy and just seeing the senior team for the last 5 years. You'd be like, what's it called? Imagine the parents. Yeah, my son plays with the Ardis Academy, and then
What are they going to do if they make
What are you signing up for? There's not been a single Greek player in like 5 years for that club.
What are they going to do if they make Europe? They have to sign 6 players out of nowhere that are Greek.
Oh yeah, they probably lose Europe on purpose because of that. That's why they never make it, because they go, you know what, it's going to cost us more money to find these Greek players than.
Who's like the Yossi Benayoun of the Greek league? It would have been like Christodoulos, but he's not around.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, they would have brought him in. They might bring him out of retirement.
They could. Never know. Get Gekas out of it.
Yeah.
Liam, I was going to ask you something I completely forgot. Kipelo. Now, I think the format for the Kipelo has changed. I think now it's like a table.
Yeah, it's the league. Same thing. It's the league phase. 4 games. There's a league phase, like the Champions League and everything, and then there's the knockouts. I think it's 8-4, and then the final.
This scutta is that. This is terrible.
It's interesting, but it's at 8 p.m. I think on Thursday night for us.
No, I think it's midnight. It's midnight.
Is it? Or did it get moved?
Yeah, it's midnight. I'm definitely not watching that.
I might actually start and watch to see the young kids play.
It'd be interesting. I'd like to see the young kids play.
Pascalaki.
Would you put Pascal or Botis?
I don't know. I think he might go Botti, but I don't know. With Pascalaki, you've also got to keep him happy because he's been at the club for a long time, and every time he plays, he's been very good. I think that's got to be mentioned. He's been very good every time he plays. Last year he was very good. Even the year before he was very good. It was just sort of the rise of Zalakis that pushed him out. And at a point, even up until last year, they're probably about level with each other. But obviously, going to play the young kid that's got 10 years left in his career, 15 years left.
Yeah,
in Zalakis, not 10 years, 15, 16 years left.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? I don't mind thinking about it now, that the fact that it's a league phase, because obviously you got the 4 games. You might be able to even chuck on like Botis, for example, in goals 1 or 2
correct.
games.
You can afford to lose. You can afford to lose a game as well. It's not so much pressure. So it's not the worst thing for us for sure.
We got Asteras Tripolis, we have Volos, we have Elas Syros, and Iraklis. So there are 2 games with teams from the Vita Ethniki that you could probably afford to play Botis. You can call up some of the guys from the. You could call up Valbuena. You could call up Siovas. I would like to see Valbuena just one more time. Even Siovas.
You can call up Christos as well. I think he's looking for a game at the moment.
I heard Aris need a few Greeks. So.
Yeah, there you go. He's Cypriot though, doesn't he? He's Cypriot.
He could play for who does he go for? Apollon Smirni. No, who does he go for? He goes for
he goes for
Anorphos.
Apoel.
No, he's the
He's
Greek
upper
Olympiakos.
level there.
He's the Greek Cypriot Olympiakos. You know the 10th.
He goes to upper world.
There he goes for Olympiakos. You know the Cypriot Olympiakos thing with
He
their
doesn't. He
logos.
got. He's gonna crack it. What minute is this? It's the 30th minute. I'm gonna tell him to watch. He's gonna lose his shit when he sees that you don't even know there's an upper world.
The yellow team.
Yeah, that's upper world.
Yeah, Fenerbahce.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And don't talk about Cypriot brothers like that. It's upper world.
It's just a joke. It's a joke.
But yes, we'll try to do another stream for the keeper law.
Yeah.
See if anyone wants to.
Oh, what I was gonna say,
for that.
Liam, how many coaches are being sacked already? 4 games in. 3?
Yeah, that's a good question. In which league?
The Greek league.
Oh, that's a good question. I would say 2 or 3. But the
Panathinaikos.
artist coach.
Ardis.
Yeah.
Grelta. Doesn't matter.
Who else? Yeah, it's an interesting question.
It's all good. Never mind. So, as it stands, we got Thursday, Asteras Tripolis. Sunday, Levadiakos at 1 a.m. Thursday, 2nd of October is the big one. Arsenal against Olympiakos. Thank God this one's at a bit more of a decent hour, 5 a.m. I'm sure we'll do a pre-match show against Arsenal. That's obviously
100%.
a big match.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the history both clubs share, I think it's 6 wins each, 5 wins each, something like that. It's even. So it is in London, and only the last couple meetings Olympiakos have managed to get, let alone a goal in England. So definitely going to be a good one. So we'll talk about it when we get closer to that. Yeah, Liam, I think that about wraps
Thank
it
you,
up.
CJ. Thank you, Rob. Sorry that we didn't do one last week, but we'll be back in on the Sunday episodes.
That's it. Dimitri will be back from his trip in Paris.
He's loving it. Couple rumors over there. He's loving his trip there. He loves these baguettes and his croissants. And he wouldn't want to go anywhere else but France to have them. So that was the information I got.
He loves the crowds.
He loves crowds too. The crowds that he gets cooked for him every night. So it's good to hear. I hope you're having a good time.
Can his wife cook grouse actually?
I think she can was the understanding I was getting.
He hasn't confirmed nor denied.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll have to find out.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe. We're 2 subscribers of 100. If we get 100 subscribers, Chrisos promised he would do something insane. Correct. So please subscribe, and thank you for joining. Take care.
Thank you, Rob.